This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast 2022 tournament. We have two brackets of 16 players. On one side, 8 of the BTP Patreon members. On the other side, 8 Benchwarmers. Each side will crown a champion, and those champions will face off against each other to find out who will be the 2022 winner of the Platinum Splinter, proving once and for all that they are not an ordinary benchwarmer. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. I am not your host, Matt, but today's BTP 2022 tournament game, round 1 of the tournament, will be featuring two benchwarmers, Josh Bohmbach versus Eric Walling. So let's go ahead and say hi to the guys, and then we'll hand it over to our host. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Brain a little fried from last night's recording, so trivia might not be your best thing right now. But
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It'll be like maybe it'll be your COVID game or your flu game.
No, I don't think so. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I've always said I'm better as an assist man than a solo star. So.
And Eric, you just got back from whirlwind driving all around Kansas City, picking up kids, dropping off kids, and just being dad. So how's that going?
It's good. My son has now developed a new affinity for QT pizza. He ate an entire slice today, and every time he took a bite, he was like, "Dad, what kind of cheese is this?" And I was like, "It's just pizza cheese." He's like, "This is good cheese."
Oh, it's good cheese.
It is. It's good cheese.
Picture pizza is underrated, though.
It's very good.
I had a friend of mine the other day. I asked her, I said, well, I don't really know Omaha. Where's like the really good pizza place? And she said, Come and Go. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Gas station pizza. Nothing like it.
Not Come and Go. The other one, Casey's. That's what she said.
Yeah, Casey's. Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Sure. Anyway. All right. Now that we know who our guests are, let's hand it over to our host, as he has been the host for this entire tournament, Ryan Meyers. Hi, Ryan. Thank you again for doing all this.
Hey, glad to be aboard. Thank you for thinking of me. Happy to be back. So, gentlemen, since you have no idea what you're getting into, we're looking for a champion in sports trivia, and I was asked to write and host this tournament, and I decided I wanted somebody well-rounded. So we're going to do a little basic game here. You're going to get 12 questions across 12 different sports categories. Whoever has the most at the end will walk away as the victor in this first round victory. First round matchup, whatever. Anyways, so I will give you about 60 seconds per question, and you can type your answer into me, and we'll see how it goes. Gentlemen, are you prepared?
No.
Correct answer. All right. We're going to go alphabetically through these categories. So we're going to start with baseball. After Ichiro Suzuki and Hideki Matsui, who is the Japanese player with the most hits in MLB history with 774? This man is currently playing with the Tokyo Yakult Swallows and played for 7 different teams during his 6 seasons in the MLB.
One more real quick, and it was behind Ichiro and who?
Hideki Matsui.
I don't even know if this guy's. Oh God, I'm bad at this game already. Question 1, and I'm bad.
Yeah,
I'm just not a baseball person myself.
Yeah,
I am, and those would have been my 2 answers.
You got about 15 seconds.
All right.
Let's go with that, just for the fun of it. I have no idea.
Let's go with this one.
I can't believe you answered assassinated former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Oh my gosh. No.
We work blue.
All right. So Eric, you turned your answer in second. Who did you say?
I went with a recently mentioned podcast favorite, Big Boss himself, Shiyoshi Shinjo.
And Josh?
I was having a hard time coming up with another Japanese player, so I picked another Hideki, and I went with Hideki Irabu.
Playing for teams such as the Brewers and the Royals, it's Nori Aoki. A name you have not thought about.
I have not
Recently.
for quite some time. I do remember those Noriaoki years were awfully lean around here.
Yeah. Alrighty, we're gonna move.
And I just want to point out, I do understand that I gave a picture as my answer.
No, you gave
not the point.
You gave
The
a
point
fat
is humor.
toad.
Well, but I named a Japanese player. That's all that mattered.
Alrighty, we're going to move from baseball to basketball, very unsurprisingly, since we're going down the alphabet.
Okay.
Your basketball question: since 2006, each of the 4 FIBA Basketball Men's World Cup titles has been won by one of 2 nations. One is the United States, which is the other. All right, both of you are in. Eric, you were in second. Which country did you say?
I went with Spain.
And Josh?
I also went with Spain.
And you're both going to get a point. Spain is correct.
Yay!
We didn't get shut out, Josh. We did it.
That's all I care about at this point.
The real point was the friends you made along the way.
And,
all right,
and
we're going to move.
Ricky Rubio.
Yes, and Ricky Rubio. We're going to move now to combat sports. Who was the first woman to win the reality show The Ultimate Fighter? Last December, she defeated Amanda Nunes in a rear naked chokehold to win the UFC Women's Bantamweight title.
Not the right answer, but let's just get an answer in.
All right, Josh, you were in second. What did you
Not
say?
a surprise. I just picked the female MMA person, and I said Holmes.
And Eric?
I think it's Pena.
The correct answer is Juliana Pena. So Eric will get a point. Well done.
Let me get to my trademark real quick here. Who? Thank you. All right, we're good.
Question 3, and he broke out
Carlos's sister.
Yeah. Good Lord. All right. We're going to go now to a question over football. As a push to increase viewership, the NFL has been making a big push this year to get which specific kind of football included in the 2028 Summer Olympics? Alrighty, Eric, you were in second. What did you say?
I said flag football.
And Josh?
I also said flag football.
And we do not speak with accents like that in this family. It's flag football.
Flag football. Yeah, we pronounce it correctly in one part of the world, and that's okay. Flag football.
I had an old trivia host from Minnesota, and sometimes a category would come up with flags, and we would just rail him for it. It was great.
I don't understand. I don't understand why it's pronounced like. I don't get it. Ag? No.
I was trying to think of the kind of football that they play where everyone has bells on, so you can hear them coming. But I was like, oh no, flag makes a lot more sense.
Like cowbells, like underneath their neck, kind of a deal.
Flag and leg are different words. All right, we're gonna move on to.
By the way, did we get that right? Was it right? Was it flag?
Yeah, it was flag football.
Okay, you ripped on me, and I lost all thought process. Okay, good. Hey, I got 2 points.
2 points. Moving on from F to G, we're gonna go to golf. Though technically a peninsula, the quote island green is the 17th hole in which golf course? The Golf Channel dedicates some 11 cameras to this hole anytime there's a tournament there, as it has become such a fan favorite. Alrighty, Josh, you were in second. You spent some time thinking. What'd you say?
I was trying to think of any other course I could think of other than Augusta National, and I couldn't come up with any other course right off the top of my head because I don't pay attention to that stuff. So I checked in with Augusta National knowing it's not the correct answer.
And Eric?
No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure the head groundskeeper at this golf course hasn't blown their head off on the 16th green. This is the TPC Sawgrass.
It is Sawgrass, absolutely. Very well done.
I've heard of it, yes, yeah.
And that's a sorted Wikipedia hole you can get down on the Augusta National former head.
I don't think I want to. That sounds...
Yeah.
It's pretty dark. It's pretty dark. If you're ever depressed,
thank you.
Don't read it.
Thanks, Walling.
Anytime. Happy to bring the hat.
All right, we're going to hockey for this next one. What man retired this last season after the NHL playoffs as the all-time leader in games played for the Los Angeles Kings? Ansa Kopitar will likely surpass this longtime teammate in a few seasons, assuming he continues on with the Kings.
I'm really disappointed that you said that name because I was all excited to put Anse Kopitar in the chat window.
I mean, we could both do that and be wrong.
Yeah.
Eric, what was your answer?
I just said Ben Bishop.
And Josh?
Yeah, I couldn't think of any Kings, so I went with Shooty McSlapshot.
Which is very correct. The correct answer here is Dustin Brown.
Oh, okay.
Brown. See, we should. I knew it. We should have guessed a Lux alma mater. And we can all. That's always comes down to Brown, doesn't it?
We're doing a big jump alphabetically here from hockey to the Olympics. In 2012, Queen Elizabeth II opened the Olympic Games in London. This was her second ever time opening the Games. In which city was she the first time she opened the event? All right, Josh, you were in second. What'd you say?
I said Sydney.
And Eric?
I went to the other place that loves England and said Montreal.
It was the 76 Games in Montreal.
That works too. That makes sense.
I
didn't think Sydney was going to be it, but I...
Good old Empire Commonwealth nonsense. All right, we are going to racing for the next category. Multi-GP, which has chapters all over the world. The DRL, which mostly cares about for-profit TV exposure. And the IDRA, which doesn't have the ESPN cred that DRL does, are all organizations specifically focused on which kind of racing. Eric, you were in second. What'd you say?
I said motorcycle racing.
Zoom zoom. And Josh?
I said drag racing.
Oh, I like that better.
Answered that just so you could pronounce it like that, didn't you?
Drag.
The correct answer is drone racing.
Wow.
It is a DR racing, but
if you've watched some ESPN channel at 3:30 in the afternoon,
or
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing they're pushing. All right, next one is soccer. Your soccer question from the Spanish for hooky, as in skipping school. What is the term in soccer for a kick, where the kicking leg is wrapped behind the other leg? Eric Lamela notably scored 2 goals this way in the English Premier League.
Well, I didn't take Spanish, so that doesn't help.
And
I don't watch soccer. I think it's the most boring sport on the planet. So
there's worse.
There's drone racing.
I would be more entertained by drone racing than watching a game of
Okay,
soccer.
but do y'all watch the world championship marble racing league?
I would be more entertained by that.
Actually, I kind of like that stuff.
Dude, it's like 5 minutes. Someone carves out a course in their backyard and they just let 10 marbles go, and you weirdly get invested in specific ones.
I think it's
great.
I think it's genius. I love it. And then when the commentator does the voiceover and puts names to the marbles and
there's a whole YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, there's a whole league. Yeah,
way too far down.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna be silly. So I know this isn't even close, but it's gonna be a callback to a previous benchwarmer thing. But
Kicky McKickfoot.
Nope. It's going to be a reference from when what was the nickname given to the guy from Eastbound and Down. So,
Eric, you were in second. What'd you say?
I said the wrong answer of the chipped penalty kick. I said Panenka.
Panenka. And Josh?
I went with a wonderful episode title, El Rojo Burro.
The correct answer here is Rabona. R-A-B-O-N-A.
That is the first time I've ever heard that word.
It's pretty nifty to watch. Your next category is going to be sports media, which could be over film or television or podcasts or anything like that.
AKA questions that Eat hates to write.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sports media. What was the first name of the titular sports genius on ESPN2 and ESPN Classic's former show, Stump the Schwab? There's Sports Jeopardy, there's Stump the Schwab, and there was 2 Minute Drill, the all-time holy trinity of sports trivia TV.
This is a great dorm room distraction.
This is before Eric discovered girls.
It was before girls discovered Eric was a nerd.
There you go.
Back when Eric had onion crotch.
Didn't we get a video?
My hygiene.
Didn't we get a video from him? Or am I thinking was that someone else? For our 100th. Did he say his name in his little video?
No, I don't remember him saying his name. No,
He may or may not have been responsible for the greatest name in Benchwarmers history.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Walling Josh. Love that name.
Okay.
All right, Josh, you were in second. What'd you say?
I said Howie.
And Eric?
I also said the guy whose nose hairs we could stare up during that video, Howie.
It is Howard or Howie. Correct. Very well done. All right, next category at hand is tennis. Hit ball, make grunt. Your tennis question. Which tennis tournament is often considered the, quote, fifth Grand Slam? It is regularly the best attended tennis tournament outside of the 4 major slams and is the second highest capacity tennis stadium in the world behind Arthur Ashe Stadium. Josh, you were in second. What did you say?
I said they play tennis outside of the Grand Slams.
And Eric?
I'll read it exactly as I wrote it in the chat. Spanish Open?
It's out in California. It's the Indian Wells Masters.
Okay. So we both had question marks in our answers. All right, good.
I am Ron Burgundy.
We counter your question with more questions.
All right, your next category is the only non-alphabetical one. It's miscellaneous, just something that didn't fit in with the previous categories. Your question: Caleb Sarong, Josh Dykos, Eddie Betts, Jack Higgins, and Daniel Rioli are the 5 most recent winners of the Phil Manassa Medal for Goal of the Year in which sports league? All right, Josh, you were in second. What'd you say?
I said the AFL, otherwise known as the Australian Football League.
And Eric?
I also remember Eddie Betts from that reality show and said the AFL.
And that is absolutely correct. Very well done, Australian Football League.
I would have been very disappointed if you guys would have got that one wrong.
Eddie Betts was the only one that gave it to me. The other names, I don't know right offhand. But
we do not need the tiebreaker, but just for funsies. In what year did Taryn Mowat win the ESPY Award for Best Female Athlete?
Can I just point at my hat right now? My owl hat, just real quick. Yeah.
Eric's got his guess in.
Let's go with I have no idea. So.
All right, Josh said 2019. Eric said 2005. She was a dominant pitcher for the Arizona Wildcats in the College World Series. As a softball player, it was 2007.
Jeez.
All right, well, so Matt, what do we got?
Our game has come to an end, and here are our final scores. Josh finished with 4 points, but finishing with 7 points and moving on to the next round is Eric Walling.
Well Josh, would you like to team up with me for the next round?
No. I won't be much help to you. You got all the ones I got right as well. So I'm not sure what I would do for you.
All right, anything you guys like to say before we wrap things up?
Go ahead, Josh.
Ryan, great questions. I just didn't have anywhere to go with most of them.
I mean, they're tough. This is turning time, baby.
And I'm not going to apologize for speaking the way I speak from Minnesota. where
It's,
we
I
say
mean,
words properly.
It's okay.
So,
It's okay to be wrong and awful. It's like,
hey, you can put that
Leg,
flag in your
bag.
bag and
I'm gonna
stick
go
it.
get. I'm gonna go drive
pop.
my Jag.
it sounds offensive when you say that way.
I don't know.
Don't make us.
Leg bag.
I apologize for my co-hosts, Ryan. We did not mean to assault your ears like this tonight.
Oh no, I think it's lovely. I just like when it pops out. It's like getting an unexpected gift when somebody from Minnesota speaks in public or directly to you.
All right, well, let's wrap things up here. So thank you all for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, and until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at BenchwarmersTP.